Welcome back, everyone. I am making this video to prepare you for the final exam in our online CS21 course. The first thing you should be aware of is in the Files area of Canvas, there is a file, which I am pointing to, whose name is CS21 Final Exam Good to Know Online. It is a PDF file, and you need to download it and go through it because it will tell you how the final exam is going to be set up and what topics you need to know. Now, just so you know, the final exam is going to be in two parts, part 1 and part 2. Each part has a different due date that you can see here in Canvas. Part 1 of the exam is all fill-in-the-blank questions. You won't have to do any programming for part 1 of the final exam. For part 2, however, you will have to do programming. Part 2 will have about 6 questions, each of which will require you to do a Java program or complete a Java program. Part 1 will have 7 questions, but a lot of those questions will have more than one answer. Again, the Good to Know document will tell you what to know for part 1 and for part 2. I want to show you what's going to be required of you when you do part 2. I'm going to preview it. So when you begin part 2 of the final exam, you'll see your instructions in front of you. Now, the first thing you should do in BlueJ for part 2 of the final exam is you need to create a project in BlueJ, and I'm going to call it Final Exam. That's what you're told to call it. You also need to save this project to a place that's easy to get to. I'm going to save mine on my desktop. The reason I'm saving it on my desktop is because just like with the projects, you will have to submit a .java file for all 6 of the programming questions. And let me show you what the programming questions look like. So here's one. I'll just do one. I'll show you an example. So look what the instructions say. They say, within your final exam project in BlueJ, create a class with this exact name. In this case, the name is Q1. That's a capital letter Q and the number 1. So I'll make a new class. I'll call it Q1 and say, okay, and there is my box for the Q1 class. Now, every question will ask you to click an arrow and download a file that contains code that is needed for this question. Some questions will also have you download a second file that's going to be used for file input. This question does not have file input, but other questions might. So I'm going to click this arrow to download this file. And here's the name of the file. I'm going to save it to my downloads folder. And save. And the file has been saved. And now I'll double click it to open it up. So here is that it's a text file from Notepad. And it tells me copy and paste everything below this line inside the Q1 class. So if I double click on the box, there is the current code for Q1. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this code right here, copy it, come here into my Java file, select all the code inside the Q1 class, everything but the green, and paste it. And now what I'm going to do is close the text file because I don't need it anymore. Eventually, I will write the code to do this first question here in main. Now, when you download one of these files to copy and paste the code in, you may get more than just this. There may be some code already written, you may have to add to that code. What's common in a lot of these questions is code in main will be written for you, but then you need to create code for a method that is being called from main. Whatever you're asked to do, you're going to create the code here. And then you're eventually going to upload the .java file. The way that works is you click on choose a file and you go where your final exam project is. That's why I put it on my desktop. So I click on desktop and there's my final exam folder. Double click it and right here is my q1.java folder. So I double click that and that should attach it to this question. You just click on wherever your file is, click on the final exam folder, and there is q1.java, and that should upload it. You will do that for each of the 6 questions. So for all 6 questions, you will need to upload the Java file that corresponds to your question, to each question. And when you're all done, you submit the final exam. If you have any questions on anything concerning the final exam, please send me an email at kmuldrow@lbcc.edu.